Iowa's Republican Party. He's also a former RNC communications director. Doug, who won? Who won that?
No doubt it was Mitt Romney. It reminded me of almost a scene from Rocky where Mitt Romney, as Rocky Balboa, absorbs punch after punch and then returns fire to the point that if not a knockout, certainly puts him in a great position to win on Florida, in Florida on Tuesday. It was the right debate at the right time for Mitt Romney, and he's a big winner from last night.
Yeah, and no doubt, there were polls that were emerging in the last 48 hours, really, in Florida that looked like this game was changing a little bit. That Romney was falling, Gingrich was falling back a little bit since his big high coming out of South Carolina, and that Romney was starting to gain some strength again. Clearly, that had to have given Mitt Romney a bit of confidence as he headed into last night's debate, and you could see it sort of all over him in his demeanor. Let's take a look at the Quinnipiac poll that just came out as well. Yeah, that's the one we have up right now. This is the Florida Republican presidential primary numbers. 38% says Quinnipiac for Mitt Romney, 29% for Newt Gingrich. Doug, your thoughts on all that?
Well, it's great to go in a debate when you have the wind at your back a little bit. And given that Governor Romney didn't win in South Carolina, where a lot of people thought that he might, being in this position, having that debate last night, having brought on new staff, Brett O'Donnell, who's a great debate coach, working with Governor Romney, we saw a new Mitt Romney last night. We saw somebody who I think a lot of Republicans are going to look at as they not only watched last night, but look at the replay and say, that's the man I want to be my Republican nominee, and that's the man that can beat Barack Obama. It was a great win for Mitt Romney last night.
It was interesting because, everyone has sort of said that he doesn't connect enough with voters, that his responses had been sort of rehearsed sounding. He seemed looser on his feet. It's very interesting to me. If this debate coach had anything to do with that, you wonder, sort of what he might have said to him that kind of freed him up, because clearly that was the Mitt Romney that we saw last night. Let's talk a little bit, though, about a great moment that Rick Santorum had, and we played it earlier for everybody at home. But Rick Santorum basically said, look, let's put all this stuff behind us. And this is the overwhelming thing that I hear from a lot of folks. They're tired of this discussion about Freddie Mac and, your tax returns and all that stuff. They know there's more important fish to fry out there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen unemployment is just under 10% in Florida right now, and that's the issue that is of most concern. And I think Mitt Romney, with a real knockout blow last night, might have put those issues behind not just him, but all the candidates.
All right, Doug, thank you so much for weighing in.
Absolutely.
Good to see you. Doug Heye joining us from Washington this morning.
Martha, either